much of it. Oh my God.
Don't fret, my love. We'll just make a start.
I don't even know where to start. There's just so much stuff.
The sun hung low in the sky, making the earth unbearably hot. Rivers turned to stony graveyards as the fish and animals died, their mouths open in stricken thirst.
Fires raged from horizon to horizon, consuming everything in their path.
The calls of all the beasts went silent. The remaining animals gathered under the scrawny shade of the last trees to try and solve their common problem. Wise old tortoise, known for her slow, thoughtful ways, was the first to speak. We must lift the sun higher into the sky, away from the earth. This is the only way to survive. The animals pondered Tortoise's words.
I will push the sun higher into the sky with my trunk, said the mighty bull elephant. But he quickly realized that despite his strength, he could not reach it.
The agile monkey tittered, I will climb to the highest tree and pull the sun up with a rope. But the tallest tree fell far short of the sun's position. Finally, Vulture stepped forward. I will fly to the sun and lift it higher into the sky so that it no longer burns us.
The animals were skeptical at first, but they had no other options, so they agreed to let Vulture try.
Vulture spread her massive wings, and with 3 mighty flaps soared into the sky in a cloud of red dust. Her shadow shrunk as she rose higher and higher, riding the hot air currents circling the sun.
Scorching her legs as her razor-sharp talons gripped the edge of the blazing star.
She pulled her neck away from the flames, but the heat had already torched her face and majestic crown and turned her feathers coal black. Feeling her skin sizzle, she gathered all her strength, determined to save the animals below, and with each excruciating beat of her wings, she slowly but surely pushed the sun higher into the sky. Vulture was respected and revered for her courage and selflessness. As the sun settled into its new position, the earth began to cool. Rains arrived in torrents.
Rivers flowed once more, and green shoots pierced the muddy ground. Okay, Nina. I guess we better start somewhere.
Right.
Why did they collect so much stuff? I mean, geez, now we have to clean it up. Oh my God. Oh, where to start?
Are you going to be chatty like this all the time?
And, oh.
Bones. Bones? I saw some incredible bones. Ooh. Oh, what? Oh.
Is this a sheep or a goat? Oh, it's a cow. Nina, take this one out.
Boss Taurus.
So pompously eloquent. Cow! Good. Ooh.
Sarah,
Yeah?
check this out.
Goat.
Linnaeus Capris.
Oh my God. Can't believe they kept this. Geez, you know, this used to belong to me. Again this year, or has the sudden frost disturbed its bed?
Oh, keep the dog far hence, that's friend to men. Or with his nails, he'll dig it up again.
You gave me hyacinths first a year ago. They called me the hyacinth girl. Oh, my nerves are bad tonight.
Yes, bad.
Stay with me. Speak to me. Why do you never speak? Speak!
What are you thinking of?
Thinking? What thinking?
I never know what you're thinking.
I think we're in Rat's Alley, where the dead men lost their bones.
What's that noise?
It's the wind under the door.
What's that noise now? What's the wind doing?
Nothing. Again, nothing.
Do you know nothing? Do you see nothing? Do you remember nothing?
I remember those were pearls that were his eyes.
Are you alive or not? Is there anything in your head?
What shall I do now? What shall I ever do? I shall rush out as I am, and walk the street with my hair down so.
What shall we do tomorrow?
What shall we ever do?
The hot water at 10, and if it rains, a closed car at 4.
We'll play a game of chess, pressing lidless eyes and waiting for a knock upon the door.
If you don't like it, you can get on with it. Other people can pick and choose if you can't.
I can't help it. It's them pills I took to bring it off.
You're a proper fool.
Oh, gosh. I remember the safety of your lap. I remember watching you sitting in front of your dressing table mirror, meticulously putting on your makeup. I remember eating Provita and cheese and drinking tea every day after school around that dining room table. I remember sharing all my secrets with you. I remember helping you screen print. I'd hold down the wooden frame as you deftly pulled the ink across the screen with a rubber squeegee. I remember attempting to wood carve using your sharp wood carving tools and cutting my fingers to shreds. I remember when I was 4 years old, you'd push me around Punkies in a trolley while you did the monthly shopping. I remember you always finding a parking spot right in front of wherever it was we were going. I remember you teaching me how to drive. I remember you teaching me how to do the bop before my first dancing party. Oh my gosh. I remember you killing a cobra with doom. Oh. I remember how my friends loved you. I remember how you never, ever talked down to me.
I remember when I was little, I'd run and you'd pick me up and throw me into the air and catch me. You'd always catch me.
Everything we love, we will lose.
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 Not not too long after Vulture had victoriously carried the sun higher into the sky,
A new pestilence overcame the earth. Humans had plundered it, taking what was not given, felling forests as if trees had never spoken,
damming rivers as if they had never sung. The world grew louder with a clatter of wanting more, faster, deeper.
Humans fed their hunger with the bones of the old world, deaf to the growing silence at their feet. When did you realize you were losing cognition, that something wasn't right?
Well, at first I just went about my days as usual, you know. I wondered why I felt more angry than I had been in my life before. I wondered why I was more short with people.
Did you ever think you had dementia?
Well, I didn't feel like I was entering a state of dementia because I was so used to being on my own. I was used to my own company. I was used to the voices in my head, the chatter, to talking to myself. I was used to getting through my days with my art, with making beautiful things, with updating my Mayan calendar, with being useful in the world.
Were you doing all of that?
Well, I thought I was. It was only when I moved to McGregor that I realized something wasn't quite right.
Why didn't you say anything to me?
No, Sarah. I'm a very proud woman, and since the age of 5, when my mother sent me to boarding school, I have learned to mask how I truly feel. And I have been holding myself together since the age of 5. And by Jove, I was going to hold myself through whatever was happening, because I could do it. I could.
What do you think caused the dementia?
Oh, God. I was so healthy.
Yes.
I kept myself healthy. I exercised, I ate well, I did my 5 Tibetan rites every day. I kept myself stimulated. All I can think of is that when the body experiences a great loss, it holds on. It's like an earthquake that goes on for too long and the body tries to hold on. I think it's the wear and tear of great heartache and loss.
And how did you feel when we made the decision to move you from McGregor to Greyton, when I took control?
I was so angry because my entire life I had made the decision to do things on my own terms.
Did you resent me for that?
Of course I did.
When we packed up your things?
Of course I did!
Do you know, you accused us of stealing your stuff?
Well, there were things that went missing that I didn't quite have a handle on.
How do you think that made me feel?
Oh, Sarah. I knew you loved me. Even as I looked at you and I thought, oh my God, she's just like her father. So bossy, just bossing me around. I knew you loved me. And there were things I didn't understand, even about myself.
What did you do when you couldn't formulate words anymore?
You saw what I did. I just tried to make a joke of it and masked and carried on. And at some point I thought, oh my God, this is really happening.
What did that do to you?
I was terrified. Inside, it was terrifying. Feeling like your competencies and abilities are slipping away!
Sarah, listen to this. Algorithmic mapping, a breakthrough in low-carbon technologies, catalyzing sequestration and mitigating global warming effects.
Nina, eloquence is not authority.
What is then?
Knowing from the inside. The body does this. It knows from the inside.
We are losing coherence.
Coherence is not authority. We have been taught to trust precision. The rules are rigged, Nina.
Okay. We're losing legibility.
Yes. And the panic hasn't even begun yet. I can look at my phone at any point of the day and watch a genocide unfold. And you can't separate genocide from ecocide. We are approaching the threshold. It's creeping towards us. It's a process, not an event, Nina. And it's already started. We put it in motion a long time ago.
Like what happened to our parents. The slow and then accelerating decline.
We lose so much every day, Nina. We can't even see it. It's not legible. We're in the place of the not yet. It's a territory, not a map.
I want a fucking map, okay?
The rules are rigged, even for what we understand. A map is useless.
So what are we doing here? Picking our way through the flotsam of modernity.
Son of man, you cannot say or guess, for you know only a heap of broken images where the sun beats and the dead tree knows no shelter.
T.S. Eliot.
Yep.
You're giving me Eliot as an answer. I asked, what are we doing here?
Building resilience.
Resilience is the ability to absorb trauma. I'm not up for that shit, okay? It's too much.
Not absorb. To feel, to improvise, to relate, to recognize, to reorganize, and rig the rules.
What you're talking about is hospicing modernity.
Yes.
Breaking with the dementia of the not yet.
Yes. Not trying to control it, to manage it, to medicate it, to lock it down, lock it up.
That. We did all of that with our parents, Sarah. And it was a heartbreak.
Only for what we knew the rules to be, Nina. How many times didn't we sit in front of their wheelchairs, holding their hands, imagining them inside another time, repairing things, putting the fragments together, completing a lifetime's unfinished forgivenesses. They were coming to their own peace. Actually, they were inhabiting a territory of emergence.
From where I stood, it just looked and felt sad. I just wanted my daddy. I wanted some flourishing in my life. I wanted to go to the beach and not the fucking dementia ward zone too. I was tired of wading through so much heartache and loss every day.
Everything we love, we will lose.
Not Eliot, right?
No. Francis Weller, actually. An invitation to grieve. Grieve well.
Then I'll be walking around crying about everything the whole damn day.
Nothing new for you, actually. The awful daring of a moment's surrender, which an age of prudence can never retract. By this, and this only, we have existed.
Eliot.
Eliot, you know, it's not about disenchanted prophecy. It's about flourishing in the dysfunction, or what looks like dysfunction, without despair. Sorrow, yes, but sorrow isn't despair.
That's certainly unrigging the rules. Beauty that doesn't save. Grief without a convenient story. It makes me tremble.
Yes, it's the frequency of postmodernity. What emerges in the tremble?
Enveloping it in a shroud of dirty clouds. The sun beat down, the ice retreated, mushrooms shriveled to dust, rivers ran to a muddy trickle, the seasons became demented, demented, demented! That ticks thrived in these new warm winters, draping their swollen guts like necklaces around the animals, felling the great herds, moose, giraffe, reindeer, springbok, wildebeest, eland, camels, horses, elephants, bison, zebra. Their hooves lay like a million white stones amongst the plastic and the flotsam of too much burning and too little kneeling. The shudder of glaciers echoed through root and sky.
What was it like being in the dementia ward?
Oh, so cold. I wasn't supposed to be there, you know. It was like somebody dropped me on another planet with these old crazy people who made only noise, no sense. I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't have the same wrong as them.
What do you mean another planet, Daddy?
Far away. Cast out, cast away, useless, no good for anything. It was like everything was being taken from me. I couldn't say no. I couldn't go home. It was like a sentence, a punishment, a purgatory.
I'm sorry, Daddy. The carers were nice, right?
Oh, they were so rough and uncouth. There was only one or two. Oh, maybe three, who really treated us with dignity, who still saw who I was, who I used to be, anyway. Some of them fed me nicely.
It was really difficult when you couldn't eat by yourself anymore.
I knew what I had to do. I just couldn't lift the fork without food spilling on the table or in my lap or on the floor.
What was it like when Mommy came to visit you?
Oh, I just wanted to hug her and kiss her and beg her to take me home. I just wanted to go home.
I'm sorry, Daddy. We just couldn't cope anymore. You'd been sick a long time, 15 years.
When your mother came to visit, it was like I remembered I was in the world, in a real world, that I had a wife and a daughter and family, that I was connected to others. I love your mother so much. She is my rock, my anchor, my North Star, my voice of reason, my manager, our whole married life. She didn't deserve this, to be saddled with me like this. Not after all she's done and worked for, and after nursing our son till his death. No.
Did you feel alone all of the time?
Yes. So at sea, so adrift. But I felt that way when you were right there, next to me.
Sometimes Mommy and I would bring you food from home.
Oh, and it was like being home if I closed my eyes. That explosion of flavors and tastes, oh, and good times. And then you'd leave with an empty Tupperware. You'd always leave and I'd feel like a child. I couldn't even change the way I feel, let alone routines around me. It's purgatory.
What was it like when I came to visit you?
Hurry up, please, it's time.
What was it like
Hurry up,
when
please.
I came to visit you?
It's time. Hurry up, please,
What was
it's
it
time.
like
Hurry
when I
up,
came to visit you?
please. It's time.
What was it like when I came to visit you?
Hurry up, please. It's
What was
time.
it like when I came to visit
Hurry
you?
up, please. It's time. Hurry
What
up.
was it like when
Hurry
I came
up,
to
please.
visit you?
It's time. Hurry up.
What was it like
Hurry up,
when
please.
I came to visit
It's
you?
time.
What
Hurry
was it
up,
like
please.
when I came
Time.
to visit you?
Hurry up.
Was it
Please.
like
It's
when I
time.
came to visit you? What was it
Hurry
like
up.
when I came to visit you?
Hurry up.
What was it like when I came to visit you?
Hurry up.
What was it like when I came to visit you? The world is demented. Inside and outside demented. The rats go hissing at me, pressing down on my eyelids.
I lost you many times, Daddy. Many times, even in one day. I lost you when you were 5 years old, in an isolation ward for TB meningitis. I lost you to your father's admonishments. I lost you to apartheid that said, just so far, no further. I lost you to depression. I lost you to grief. I lost you to alcohol. I lost you when you lost time. But you were still there. Oh. I love how you would quote Shakespeare just to punctuate a moment. Like when Mummy was scowling about something, and you'd say, "The lady doth protest too much, methinks." Oh, when we lived in Athlone, Saturdays were daddy days, and we used to go to the Kismet to watch films. We watched The Jungle Book. Oh, and I cried through the whole movie. But you didn't make a fuss. You never made a fuss when I cried. I think you understood. At least I didn't cry with all those Ingmar Bergman movies you made me watch. There at the Sackett offices in Mowbray. They were so dark and gloomy and ominous. I was only 4 years old, you know. When I got bored, I'd go outside and go and play on the swings. On Saturdays, we also used to go to the gardens in town. Did we go all that way just to feed the squirrels? You'd buy red skin peanuts at the entrance and a guava juice just for me. That made me cough. You'd crouch down and I'd stand between your legs and we'd feed all the squirrels until every peanut was gone. Oh, I loved your smell. Cigarettes and blue stratos. And then you graduated to Aramis, so posh. And you used to wear a green and purple paisley silk cravat. And brown mules with a gold tip. And you loved wearing lots of leather and corduroy, and we had matching corduroy beige pants, waistcoat, and hat. I still have that hat, you know. I loved when I was little. I'd run into you, and you'd pick me up and throw me into the air and catch me. Oh, you'd always catch me. You felt so safe and warm. Except when you drank too much and lost your balance. Sometimes we used to go to Auntie Hilary and Uncle Vincent's house, and you guys would play clever just until 3 in the morning. Boom! And then you'd pick me up and carry me to the car, even when I was 12. I was just pretending to be asleep. Mommy always drove home. Oh, I loved how you told stories. Oh, you would make the voices of all the characters, and your face would be so animated too. You read The House at Pooh Corner and The World of Pooh. Every single page. Oh, the whole 100-acre wood just came alive. Oh, my favorite character was Eeyore. So sad and glum. I didn't know one day you'll be just like him. Locked away in a dark cloud. Would you have preferred if I had shared the reports with you, if I told you you had dementia?
I would have preferred it if you had shot me in the head.
You used to say, if I get like that, just shoot me.
I really would have preferred it, but of course I knew you couldn't do that, my darling.
And then we don't know what we have to do.
Is that me?
Yes.
Why didn't you just shoot me in the head?
Then we've got a row.
No.
Then
Put
we
it off,
don't know.
Robert. Put it off. Thank you.
And how did you feel when we brought you home to live with us?
Oh, I was so relieved. I was so relieved not to have to pretend anymore. You had me in every way, Sarah. It was devastating to feel so limited. And you know, I'm not one for limitations. I cried inside. I cried inside and I prayed a whole lot more than you know I did. I didn't understand what was happening. Each day felt like a devastation.
Why did you carry on living?
Because I'm a stubborn old mule and I didn't know how to die.
Oh, okay. So what made you decide to die?
Well, I came to a sense of peace with myself, with my failing body, with my limitations. I knew my heart wasn't strong anymore. I felt it growing fainter every day. I felt myself being pulled into the other world.
April is the cruelest month.
Just plastic, bottles, and bones, and plastic, and tires, and rubber, and bones, and plastic, and bottles, and bones, and pipe, and plastic, and bottles, and bones, 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 and plastic, and bottles, and bones. The earth sinks down until I can't see it anymore, enveloping me in a shroud of dirty cloud. It's thick and it's heavy, and I can't move through it. I'm stuck. I can't see the end of where it goes. There's no water around me. There's no water in me, feeling my skin sizzle. Nothing moves. I'm stuck. I can't move. The air can't move. I've got to move through this. I have to blast it open. I have to push. I have to blast. I have to push so that I can see again. I can walk again. I can talk again. I can move. I'm stuck. It's too much. It's too heavy. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I want to spontaneously combust so there's nothing left of me. The doctor says if I take the blue pills, I will combust spontaneously. There will be nothing left of me, no remains. I will disappear. I will evaporate. I will be able to move again. I'll be able to go where I want to go. I'll be able to walk, to talk, to see. But I'm stuck. I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember where I was. I can't remember where I'm going. I know that I'm stuck. I feel that I'm stuck, but I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't swallow. Why can't I get out of this? I can't go where I want to go. I'm stuck. I can't walk. I can't talk. I can't see. Deaf to the growing silence at my feet. The doctor says if I take the blue pills, I will combust spontaneously. There will be nothing left of me, no remains. I will disappear. I will evaporate. I will leave the thickness of my brain. I will leave the thickness of my brain. I will leave the thickness of my brain. I will leave the thickness of my
There is shadow under this red rock. Come in under the shadow of this red rock and I will show you something different. From either your shadow at morning striding behind you, or your shadow at evening rising to meet you. I will show you fear in a handful of dust. Who is the third who always walks beside you? What is that noise high in the air? The river bears no empty bottles, sandwich papers, silk handkerchiefs, cardboard boxes, or other testimony of summer nights. The nymphs are departed. By the waters I sat down and wept. Run softly till I end my song. Run softly, for I speak not loud or long. I had not thought death had undone so many. Sighs, short and infrequent, were exhaled, and each man fixed his eyes before his feet. He who was living is now dead. We who were living are now dying. Shall I at least set my lands in order?
These fragments I have shored against my ruins.
The great burning, and the great heat, and the great dying stirred a memory, faint and trembling. of one so mighty, so full of medicine, she could lift the sun, create new beginnings with a beat of her wings.
The humans gathered the remaining animals and demanded to know who could accomplish such things. Wise old tortoise, moving with the grief of centuries, stepped forward. Only the vulture can accomplish this impossible feat. I remember, I was there. What was it like when I came to visit you?
Oh, Nina, you are the apple of my eye. My heart just leapt in my chest when I saw you. But the very next moment, I felt so disappointed that you had to see me like this. I was ashamed.
Daddy, why are you so hard on yourself, as if you had any control over the situation? You didn't choose this. You didn't deserve it.
But I was ashamed. I knew what I had lost. I knew I was diminished. It was like living in a wasteland.
You know, during the COVID lockdown period, we weren't allowed to see you for 6 months, from March to September. We were so worried about you, Daddy. And we missed you so much. Every now and again, the matron would call to tell us you were okay. Shame, you know, she got sick and died of COVID. We were so worried you'd get sick. What did you think happened to us?
6 months. It felt like years, like an eternity. Everything just stopped. Everyone just stopped coming. I used to see your mother every day, you every weekend, and then nothing, nobody. And people started wearing these hospital suits and protective gear. It was terrifying. I didn't know what was going on. And the forgetting just got thicker. Forgetting faces, forgetting voices, forgetting tastes, forgetting time. Forgetting time, every day was just the same. The nattering and the shouting and the crying in the wards, the footsteps up and down corridors, wheelchairs screeching on the floor. Purgatory. I felt like all my failures led me here. And I actually just decided to die. Can you imagine? Somebody with dementia deciding to die. I'm on my bed, but I'm not really there. Leaving for a long time. The first time I leave is when the fevers come. The fevers are hot through my body, and I lift just a little way above, hovering, getting smaller inside and bigger outside. I'm in a ward, but I can't tell what's happening around me as I breathe myself out of my body. All I hear is my breathing, the roar of my breathing in my ears. I sometimes feel Nina holding my hand or somebody's pressure on the blanket. But I can't tell what's happening as I leak out of myself, as I breathe myself out of my body. I can't feel my hands. I can't feel my feet. I'm only on the inside. I'm in my chest. I'm in my heart. I'm in my lungs. I'm in my guts, I'm in my liver. I'm not in my arms, I'm not in my head. I'm just in those parts, inside, being washed by the last of my warm blood. And breathing. Just the roar of my breathing in my ears. Jason? My son. Jason. Daddy? My father is here. Mommy. Mother. I missed you so much. My whole family's in the room. I can feel them the more I slip out of myself. They're so sad and brave. This gives me courage. I'm not alone. Because I know this is the last stretch. They are here, but they can't do this for me. I'm the only one who can do this. There's no going back. There's no hiding. There's only one way. This is the only way.
I remember the weekly car journeys to the jazz workshop in town, where I was learning to play the jazz guitar on my cream soda green electric guitar. I remember listening to Ella Fitzgerald on those journeys. Summertime. And the living is easy. Fish are jumping. And the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich. And your mammy's good looking. She is. So hush, little baby. Don't you cry. Oh, thank you for introducing me to jazz, Mama. Oh, when I was in high school, I remember the yearly sojourns to the National Arts Festival. And you would make me drive a large chunk of the N2 from Cape Town to Makanda. I remember you taking me to theatre when I was in high school. You even took me to productions at drama school. I remember you asking me when I told you I wanted to study theatre, whether I'd be prepared to sit on doorsteps. I remember asking you what you meant by that. I remember you being there for my first heartbreak. I remember sitting with you day in and day out around Susie's hospital bed when she was dying. I remember how you, Julie, and I dressed up as Madame and her girls for Simon's 21st. You love to dress up. I remember how you smoked a joint with your grandson when he told you he smoked. You know, Nina, sometimes there's an abrupt and irreversible change. A tipping point. The Greenland ice sheets, warm water coral reefs, permafrost regions, they're all nearing a tipping point. Gaza is past a tipping point.
The end of the world.
More like the end of a world as we know it.
Crowded house.
Crowded house.
You know, we've been there. Sarah, we woke up on a day and they'd lost their eyesight. Another day, their balance and depth perception. Another day, their words, and they had only sound. It happened on a day. It tipped over, and there was no going back. You know, in all of this loss, my daddy's taught me something, how to see things from the inside.
And we learnt a new language.
We were forced to, under duress.
But we stayed with it, Nina. The change was quantum, a cascade of stress. We couldn't rely on what we knew to decode the signs, but we stayed with it.
I don't think we're awake enough, primed enough to even read the signs. To know what to do when a tipping point happens, or you know, even just to see a thing coming.
Imagine there are limits of imagination.
Or imagination's contextual, like you can only respond to what you're confronted with. That's kind of disappointing, actually. I'd imagine something a lot more limitless.
Well, it is limitless, but maybe only just in increments. It's like this dream I had the other night. I was at ceramics and Mama Denny's dead body was there with me. And I was making something out of clay. It was taking very long, so her body started to smell. And our ceramics teacher suggested that I take her body home with me. So I put Mama Denny's dead body in the back seat of my car. I strapped her in with a seatbelt. And as we were driving through this valley, I looked in the rearview mirror and she started to smile. And then she started to speak. And she said, "Isn't it wonderful? I can be there and I can be here at the same time." She was speaking, but was still dead, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Maybe imagination is not just seeing things from a different angle. Maybe it's seeing things from inside another time. A different set of rules. Will we still lose what we love?
No.
The earth had grown quiet, not cruel, not vengeful, just quiet, exhausted. In the thin marrow of their human bones, a dread began to grow that what they feared and could no longer outrun was here.
"Step forward, vulture," demanded the humans. But nobody came. Even the wind was silent.
The vultures are all gone, said the last pangolin.